And welcome back to another vlog. We're finally going to be able to work on Tyler's crown. So the whole situation with the wiring harness, as you guys saw in the coilover install video, ended up getting ripped out. So the past about 2 weeks or so, we've been figuring out what the best situation is. I actually found a full fuse box with like a foot left of the wiring harness. I ordered it from Japan. Actually, I bought it, and right after I bought it, the boys from XAT Racing decided they were parting out a 155, which has the same NA2J as this. So I scored the entire wiring harness as well as the fuse box. So that's what we've got here. With the fuse box that I bought from Japan, it was like 50 something bucks, went to the warehouse. I just decided not to ship it. It's still there. I may end up just bringing it anyways to have it or sell it to somebody else if need be, but this is the entire wiring harness as well as the fuse box. So the fuse box we're gonna end up taking out. The wiring harness, you guys know, is already split in half, so that will end up being coming out. But with that being said, the entire dash, everything that you see right now is going to have to come out, from the display to the steering wheel. All of this was already taken out because we were doing the audio stuff, and that's about it. So it's going to be tear apart, all of this, and everything attached behind the dash is part of this. So it's a lot more than I thought it was going to be in general, just for wherever the wiring harness connected to, but that's okay. We're going to take the dash off. We're going to make sure we disconnect the battery because of the airbags on the steering wheel and the dash. So if you're doing anything along those lines, make sure you do that, and we will go from there. So we'll decide what the easiest way to take this apart. I got some tips from Andrew at XAT, and I think we're just going to dive into it, play it by ear, and hopefully not break a bunch of clips. With that being said, once this is done, whether it's today or tomorrow, whatever it is, we do have wheels that are going on this car, but we're going to have to roll the fenders as well as shorten the spindles. One, because he's going, decently low, so it's gonna smack the strut tower, as well as getting a couple degrees camber so that the wheels can fit. So maybe we'll show you that later. And I think it's time to dive in. So let's get to it, and we'll catch you guys along the way. Yeah, what we got going on here? A little Maturuski type.
You just got more holes than mine.
Yeah, I got more holes.
I got one right here.
Yeah.
That's a slight flex. You should see my other one, the black and white one.
Hey, real quick, before we get into a little update of the crown, you know what I'm saying? The boys just started up their own YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying?
It's a secret, it's a secret.
Where are you going
Crispy
to?
boys, crispy girls.
No, not you.
Crispy guys, crispy gals.
Crispy Spaghetti.
Crispy spaghetti.
Go check out the boys' YouTube channel. They're gonna be dropping some super hot fire content.
No, we're not.
Yeah, they are.
Super hot. No, we're not.
Dan says no, but
That shit's gonna suck. No one's gonna watch it.
they're gonna go to Gatlinburg, and then 4 months later the video is gonna be edited and dropped. But quick update on this bad rig. We've got I'd say most of it kind of out right before pulling the actual dash. So we ended up taking off the glove box, not super hard, only a couple Phillips screws. On top of that, there was these little punchy things, punched those out. Slowly just took off all the stuff here. It was just a lot of Phillips screws and a couple 10s. Took off the steering wheel, that was an 18. Some more screws. Almost everything was just kind of held in by screws, and we just, you know, for this whole piece, it was just like slowly prying it here, made sure it was out, and it kind of slipped out. So we're trying to really be easy, especially because, you know, it's not like you can go to the junkyard and get all these trims, but the dash is out, or at least the cluster is out, and hopefully soon the dash. I'm gonna pull this piece off. We're gonna see if there's any other little 10s and stuff that need to be taken, and then hopefully she'll be ready to be yanked. So only about like an hour in, I'd say. Really not that bad, especially we got the fan. We got a little bit of shade going and just taking our time, so who knows. And the moment we've all been waiting for, update time. So the dash is finally out. I think we started I think we started at like 11:30 or something. It's been a couple hours. I'd say probably 3 hours, just taking it slow, getting the dash out. But we are going to come over here and see what we are working with. So the dash is completely out. Everything's pretty much exposed. All of the wires and stuff are, for the most part, undone. There are a couple brackets and such that's holding the rest of the wiring harness together, but I think the plan for today is to get at least the wiring harness undone and hopefully brought it through the engine bay. Actually, it's already cut off, so we'll probably end up pulling it this way. And then tomorrow morning, hopefully come out here and get the new fuse box in, get the new wiring harness at least kind of laid out here in the dash through the firewall or wherever it goes through, and connected to the fuse box, because I'm hoping before we plug everything else in that we can at least hook up where the ignition is hooked up to and make sure that the engine starts. Shouldn't have any issues, especially with the new fuse box. I know that there are no fuses blown, so I'm hoping that it will start right away, and then from there we can bring the dash in here and worry about connecting all of the pieces. So there are a bunch of plugs and stuff that are gonna have to be undone. This will have to be undone, that'll have to be undone, and then a bunch more over there. So we are going to hop on this, and if we get it out quick, I will catch you guys in a couple. If not, then we will start tomorrow. So one step at a time, but hoping in the next day or so we will have this back on the road. And then we have spindles, maybe uppers, fit the wheels, roll the fenders, and finally can get this car back on the road. Maybe get some rollers, get some cool stuff, link up with some people. We'll play it by ear, but I'll catch you guys in a bit. And welcome back for day 2. I've actually been working on this for probably an hour or so, just kind of finishing up what we were doing yesterday, prepping to get the harness out of the vehicle. Where we ended it yesterday, there was a lot more than I actually thought. So all of the stuff in the engine bay, all of the plugs going underneath for the wipers, the plugs going for the ABS, which went out of the vehicle and down plugged into there, as well as the fuse box, got that all undone. So this is ready to be taken out. I just have to, oh, never mind, took it off already. And that is it. So we'll come back over to the driver's side, and as you will see, we've got a big mess. So the main harness bar was taken off yesterday. I actually left and Dan and Ty took that off. It's the bar that holds the entire steering column. This morning I started taking off some more of the plugs, and this harness doesn't detach from all of this main plug fuse box giant thing that actually comes out with it. So right now I'm tracing all of the wires that are connected to that go outside of it, and hopefully soon we'll be able to pull off the harness. I do believe that I'm going to have to take off some of the AC box stuff. Hopefully it's not going to be hard, just a couple of bolts and such to get it loose, just because when we put the new harness in, we are going to have to shove it down on the bottom. So that's super tight down there. Of course, all of this should be able to just come inside the vehicle, and the only thing going through the firewall will be whatever connects to the fuse box, which will be basically from there forward, but still a tight fit. So I figured I would give you guys an update. I have most of this stuff disconnected, the other is sitting in the box waiting, and I think this is the last part, which I just took the bolts and nuts all off of it. So as long as there are no other wires going outside the vehicle, then I will be able to take that off and the harness will be completely out. Actually, I think I stand corrected. I'm not sure if this harness that goes all the way back is gonna have to be taken off. I do believe there is some things that connect to the steering column, but I forgot where this harness ends. So it is a jumbled mess, and well, definitely my first time doing this. So I'm trying to play it smart and play it slow, but you know, it just ends up turning out as a mess anyways. We've got a million different screws, nuts, bolts, whatever, and hoping that we can get this back in with no issues. So let me finish this up. Once we can pull the harness out, we will catch back up with you guys and then potentially get ready to throw the harness in somewhat today. I do want to try and get this harness out and then at least get it through the firewall, connected to the fuse box, and then maybe we can plug in a couple of the ignition plugs just to make sure that it'll start and such. I'm sure that some of the grounds will have to be on, so we'll play it by ear, but hoping for the best. Ty and Dan will be back in a little bit, and we will get to it. The weather ended up coming in. It's gone a little bit, but it is hot and muggy. We ended up running some errands, and now we are back. So it is just about time to pull the harness off. We ended up getting, I don't know what you're gonna call it, but I called it like the motherboard, basically where all of the harness is connected. That is in there, held by 2 bolts or 2 screws. I don't know. There's 3 things that hold it on: bolts, screws, nuts, whatever they were. And it is just about time to pull it. There's one final wire that I need to trace down. It goes down and underneath the trim, basically where this is, and I think it goes down to the seat, but I'm gonna get a hold of Andrew to figure out easiest way to get that, just so I don't take the seat off and not need to. But to pull this harness through, as well as get the next one in, we're gonna have to pull off this AC area. So we're gonna hit all the 10 mils. Hopefully it'll just come off as one giant unit, be able to move out the way enough for us to pull the wiring harness through and to see what we're working with on the back side, so that when we have to put it through and attach it to the new fuse box, we can do that. So we're going to start on this real quick. We'll see where we get, and then we will go from there. Next step. So got a lot of progress done over the 2 days. Got hit with some weather yesterday. I had to run, so we didn't put too much more time into it. That was like probably a solid 4 or 5 hours getting the dash off, starting all the connections and stuff. But really it is, you go to take the harness off and you go to pull and you feel another connection, and it's just connection after connection. So it's definitely not going to be fun putting the new one in. Not looking forward to it, but I know I'm going to look back on these videos and be like, hey, we did it. So with that being said, we're gonna dive into this. We'll catch you guys on an update in a couple, maybe throw some cinematics while the boys are here, and get to it. So let's start. And welcome back. I think this is day 3. We've done a bunch of half days getting this harness out, but finally the harness is out. So I think the last thing I stood off on yesterday was getting these AC boxes off. The issue with the AC boxes right here, they have to come out because the whole harness not only attaches to some plastic on this side with a bunch of fuses and stuff, but also goes through that main hole in the firewall. So there's no way you can pull it out without getting the AC out. And one's a blower, one's a condenser, I believe, which we've got right here. There were only a couple screws and bolts that ended up holding them in, but this is the main part. So just so you guys know, those AC lines have to be disconnected, and legally you have to get them sucked out. I forgot what it's called, maybe contained or something. And so you just can call somebody, bring your car somewhere, or have a friend like I had. You can come out, bring a machine. They basically just hook it up and they suck all of the AC stuff out, clearing the lines, which relieves it of pressure. And so it was pretty easy getting them out. I just undid this line right here. They're just fitted together with a 10 mil, and then used my hand to pull these 2 ends off. It just attaches to the back of one of the boxes, and they're held in by little O-rings, so not too hard. But now is going to be the fun part, getting the harness back together. As you guys have already seen, this is the end of the harness. Not fun. Don't really think it would have been easier to rewire this compared to what I did. I think it just took a while because I've never done this before. We had to get the dash out, figure that out. There was always just clips and stuff that were missing, or not missing, but like we thought we undid everything, and then you would pull and you just find more stuff as you go. And then this was the very last thing. So I think I am going to end this seems like we got some weather. I've got some stuff I got to do today. This is going to be part 1, but next is going to be getting the harness in, which hopefully will be a bit quicker because I want to attach the fuse box in the engine bay, run the harness basically through that hole in the firewall. I guess you'd call that a firewall. Run it up, and then we will just start attaching everything. Attaching is going to be a lot easier than detaching, but I say that until we have to find where plugs go or there's matches of plugs. But either way, harness is out. Big step in the right direction, and well, we will get to installing the new harness in the next video. So I do want to start on that probably tomorrow, but I want to get this video out, so stay tuned. That video should come real quick. And yeah, if you like this video, throw a thumbs up. If you're watching just because of the crown content, I appreciate you guys. And well, once this thing's back on the road, we've got some big plans, which I also want to do this week, so stay tuned for that. Catch you guys on the next one. Later.